Real conversations, real solutions, real success. Success is my religion.
All right, we are back here on the porch
Yeah.
with the chosen one and the success engineer. I am, yeah, we trying out our new little gadgets. We're gonna hopefully be doing some expanding our realm of social media presence
There you
with
go.
these things, but we wanted to try them out on this podcast episode. Today's episode is Are You Doing It for the Money? And I came up with that topic this week because I was just thinking of I was talking to some of my coworkers and I'm like, there's a fine line between doing the things for to I need you to do your stuff for development of yourself so that you can reach your fullest potential, which I believe that is going to help you get the money that you need to live the life that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's substantial or like over the top is based off of how close you get to your reaching your fullest potential. But if you do it for money, you kind of punt away your development really. I'm not saying that you don't develop, but there's areas in your life that could
That
fall to the wayside
key
because
factors.
yeah. And then ultimately, like Denzel Washington said it best, I think, is that we have segments in our lives. The first segment is for learning, segment is for earning, and then the third segment is giving back. And I think that's a good representation of how we should go about our lives. And I'm having conversations with students like they want to go to college, but like is that is their focus going to college because you have to prioritize some things when you're
Yeah, definitely.
in your in your success journey, right?
That is definitely
So
true.
that's what I'm really saying. Like if you go to college, whatever route you pick, what is the focus? So we have a lot of students that want to go into real estate. What's the focus? The focus is to get money, but is real estate that industry going to really develop you into the person and leader that we need you to be? Just because you have money doesn't mean you command leadership or in our society it seems that way that we get you get power and leadership and people follow
Yeah,
those
yeah.
types of things. And um but we really need people because throughout life when you start moving on and stuff, like that power starts to fade, that influence starts to fade, just because you went after the money you didn't develop yourself in the key areas of character.
Wow,
So
that's very.
yeah, that's
That's
because we need, if you got money we need you to have character. If
yeah.
you have power we need you to have character. We've seen a lot of that stuff in society right now and we've always seen it, but society really in a capitalist society, we got multiple societies within our
You ain't lying.
so
Jesus.
so we have to decipher what we're seeing. But like in a capitalist, if we look at it from the capitalist societal point of view, the capitalist society is going to reward the people that have the money, right?
That
And
is
they're gonna
correct.
think of those people as being the leaders and have the power and all of
The
that stuff.
elite.
Yeah, the elite, right? But that's not what true, I don't know how to say it and I need to say something profound right there, but like that's not what humanity is about.
No.
Like the true definition of what we are here for is not just to make money. Because go ahead. I don't know if
It
I
is not to just make money, it's to help develop others to follow in your footsteps or at least come up with an idea that they want to do to better themselves. I'm I guess right now in my life I'm thinking about leaving legacies and stuff of that nature. I don't have children, So I'm not leaving anything behind. So I think I tried to explain it to a friend of mine that um, when I perish, I leave something behind that's going to help the people that I care about continue on. Because a lot of people don't understand that when you perish, whatever position you were in or whatever place that you had in people's lives, that's null and void now. And some people cannot um, recuperate because it was such a big part of their lives, and then they're lost, and then you have some other stuff like that. So um, as far as that, leaving a legacy or leaving something behind that somebody can piggyback off of or continue to move forward in a trajectory that you're trying to go for. That's what we're trying to see. If we're just doing it for the money, which is right now money, or are we doing something that's going to develop and to help inspire or motivate somebody to push forward in the trajectory that we're trying to go? And you always can put your own little spin on things.
There's
That's
always an exception to the
Yeah.
rule, and I think a lot of people really use those exceptions like too much. Like Steve Jobs didn't go to college; he dropped out of college. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college. You would not none of those people. Like
Your name is not. You don't have the same last name.
you don't have the same last name. You don't have the connections. You don't have the backing of your parents. So, like, we really need to come back to reality and understand where we are as a individual in our individual circumstances. Because, I look up to people, and I have influencers from a variety of backgrounds, but I'm
Yeah.
always looking at like the differences between my circumstances and their circumstances. So I look at Gary Vee a lot because Gary Vee has a lot of stuff to say, and it's good. Like, it's good uh, material. It's
Mm-hmm.
good for a lot of people and everybody, but um, when it comes to people that didn't grow up with a two-parent household, don't have a family business that they can go work in, and and don't have the loving mother uh, that helps and encourages them to
Yeah.
do the things that
It's
they
very
love.
important.
Um, they don't have a dad that is like strict or whatever. That's you can see the yin and the yang of marriage in general, like the nurturing and caring with the mother, and then the hard nosed
The
little,
stern. You're gonna do it.
stern,
You're
yeah.
gonna do it like
But that's how
this.
you have to be in business too. So then
Yeah.
he married that yin and yang, and that's who he is, and it's worked for him. But and they came from immigrant background, like they came over from a war-torn country, but you have a business, like you was born into a business and you have the access to be able to mess up in that business and like
And learn from it.
and learn from it,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
A
oh,
lot
that
of
didn't
us we
work.
we got to
Let's.
go to work at McDonald's, and then and if we mess up there too many times, we get fired, and our learning process that goes
Don't
away, right?
don't burn the
Don't burn the
patties.
fries either.
That's a super no. I used to
And
work
fix
at
that
McDonald's.
machine. Fix that machine.
And
That-
you know, unless the machines have changed since I've been there, I think it's pretty much it's the machine, the
Are
ice
we
cream
getting on
machine.
to a different subject or what?
No, we're not. I'm sorry.
Because
Um,
the machine has nothing to do. I'm just saying,
well, you said
it's the
fix the
joke.
machine.
The joke is
Well, you just gotta keep it clean
but is
in
the joke
operation.
is that the what is it, the ice cream machine is
It,
always
it's, it,
broken
it
or something
is
like that.
always broken.
Yeah, so that's what I was referring to.
That's
Fix
why.
the machine.
That's why Wendy's is number one. Frosties,
The
Frosties for everybody.
frosties.
And
But like the the people that so I'm looking at his background, and but like he can't speak to growing up with a single parent, growing up with no ties to any businesses that you can, and this is key in his in Gary V's process, is that he got to see somebody in the house uh building a successful business, well, it's a decently successful business because it kept running.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you still functioning, you're seeing as a child how my dad handles business and what it looks like, and you're seeing the nuances of business at a young age. You don't know how that's going to affect you. You don't know how that it translates into what you're doing in everyday life.
Should motivate you.
I can tell you what's happening in his everyday life is like he was selling trading cards, but he was doing it as a business. And where did he get that business knowledge from? Not a book, not not somebody sitting down and teaching
Right
from.
there at home.
Right there at home, he was observing that. And when you don't have all of that, like, yes, like, he has great information, and there's a lot of people that have great information, but you didn't live in a society how we are. You don't move in a society how we have to move without none of that. You know what I mean? When you have one parent, they ain't there. You don't see them work, or you don't see the nuances of what they do. You don't like, you have to do things on your own, figure things out.
Yeah.
And if you're not like, I'm an autodidact. So autodidact is a person that teaches themselves
Mm-hmm.
how to do things or
Yeah.
learn stuff. A self learner, right?
Yeah, well, I think the key part in all that aspiration that we're talking about is that he observed. So you had to pay attention, and you had to want it had to capture him to where he wanted to observe it.
I don't think it's that intentional. Like, it's just you being in that environment. He
Yeah,
was in that environment. So, like, he wasn't old enough to understand, like, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? But I think it's a form of osmosis, is that
yeah,
you're learning from the observation. Like Steph Curry, the Curry brothers,
yeah,
like, they was always on the court. Mahomes was always on the field with his dad, interacting and seeing, like, even like Patrick Mahomes was in the locker rooms, and Curry and them was in the locker
oh,
rooms. So
definitely.
they saw the different people even just in that environment, not just their dad or whoever was the pro. They wasn't just seeing them; they were seeing the whole thing from the inside as a little child, all the way up through all of their years, how to carry themselves, what was going in and wrong, and stuff like that. There's a so then Steph Curry can't speak to and I may be going off on a little tangent off to the side, but like, Steph Curry can't really speak to the person that grew up in KCK, went to a private school, don't have anybody in their family that went pro.
Mm.
That you can't speak to that route. That's all I'm trying to say. And you know when we look at it, getting back to reality, bringing it full circle, getting back to reality of our circumstances, when you're young and you're looking for somebody to look up to, you have to take into account where they actually came from. So they might have started at a different level. Gary Vee started at a different level than what I started at, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
And the information that he's given is great information that I need to learn, but I have to get to that level of where he's at, so that that information is applicable
and you
to
can
my life.
comprehend it.
And
Yeah,
not even comprehend it. I comprehend it, but I'm still not there to be able
to
to
apply it.
apply it.
Okay.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so if we're talking to 15 to 25-year olds living in KCK, going to Washington High School, and Gary Vee is telling us all this information, they have to get out of their circumstances and get to even, so that then that information is applicable. So it could apply at any time. He's giving great information, but I'm still down here. I still, like, have to help my family pay the bills and different
Yeah.
things. You see what I'm saying? I gotta go home and I can't play sports because I have to go home and pick up my brother or sister from school
Mm.
and get them off the bus and stay with them until my parents get home from their job that gets them there at 10 o'clock at night, and I have to fix food for, and now, like, I have to get through all of that to get to where Gary Vee is that running a company and
Mm-hmm.
scaling and doing all these things. But it's hard to get from negative to even. And like, I say it all the time, like, I'm still working to get to even. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's different aspects of that we have to look at: financial, personal, professional, all
Yeah.
of those
Yeah.
different things. And that's why I think that, like, are you doing it for the money? Like, yes, that person that is down here, that is starting down here, that is trying to fill in that gap, like, yeah, we need that money, we need that money right now. But there's a time period that you have to invest the time for development
Exactly.
and success and future success. And that's where poor people, people that disadvantaged, whatever, they we because I'm part of that, uh we don't take that time out. It's, I'm gonna graduate from high school and I'm gonna go to work because I need that money. Like, and I'm gonna make, and now y'all making more money than any 18 year old has ever made at that age period in America. With, yeah, you help out the family, or in most cases you ain't really helping out the family because they self-sustainable. So all that money is going towards you. What are you doing with that money? And then how are you going to be able to capitalize on, or how are you going to get promotions and get more money? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's where it plateaus. Like, people that don't study the craft, don't get full immersion into, like, learning how to lead,
Yeah.
manage, knowing your job, being like, they not
It's
gonna
very
promote you.
important.
Yeah, so if you go leave high school and you go straight to a job
Mm-hmm.
and you don't display the traits of a leader in the organization, they not gonna give you a higher position. Like, you're not
No.
gonna be shift lead. You're not gonna be the manager of the store. You're not gonna be regional manager, and all of those come with salary upgrades, right?
That is correct.
But you have to have develop those
You
skills,
have
and
to
they
have
not
a
necessarily, they need bottom level workers. They need entry level workers. So they not necessarily saying, hey, you should look at doing this. You should look at doing that.
way to step up, Stevenson.
Right. Or, they not pulling you in the office and saying, hey, if you work on these things, we can, get you to an, nah, they trying to keep you at that level, especially like, Larry worked for a big, like, um company, like,
Mm-hmm.
and in a warehouse, and all them managers is white. Like, it'd be one a black manager come in every once in a while, and
Every once in a while,
but I
he
mean,
has to have that shooting stars mentality.
yeah, you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we all shooting for that star, that NFL, NBA, professional, whatever. But we could be doctors that have more of a guarantee if we just did the work. If we put in the time, we could be accountants. We put in the time. Take
We
the
could be lawyers.
CPA.
We could be a
We
lot
could
of
be,
things.
and accountants make a whole bunch of money and they don't talk to nobody.
That's what I want to do. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Right. They just work with numbers. Like, I mean, they do work, but
Yeah. I mean, they interact. I think I know somebody that does that, and they're pretty good, at least on paper. I don't know because I don't understand that life. But
I don't understand that.
they seem to be very high up in the corporate ladder, at least as far as I think that um, responsibility develops your traits of how far you can get in life, and as well as in a company. because the more you know, the more you can grow. Like it started out with me, I learned how to do a lot of stuff. Like I learned how to do the order and all that other stuff. And now I am where I am today. Now, obviously, there's nuances now and stuff that they've reverted back to that you learn, and oh, that's obsolete. So you got to learn a new way of
New
doing
way
it.
to do, yeah.
That's a challenge of life. That's going to happen in life, on the job, anywhere in life, relationships. There's nuances. There's new things out that people get a latch on, and then they want to try it out in their life, in real life, and they don't know how it's going to develop. And it's crazy work.
Yeah, I mean, the so I did my life a little different. Like I understood that. Well, let me take it back. So when I got my 10th grade basketball coach, and he told me that you're gonna have to do work in the off season
Yeah.
to make strides to get better, right? I I I guess I internalized that as soon as that happened. Once I saw the results, like I saw the results almost immediately
Mm-hmm.
of what we was doing. I went from touching during the season, touching the orange big fat orange piece under the rim. Like
Yeah.
that's what we was jumping up and trying to. That was our goal. After I worked with him, I'm two-hand cock back dunks.
All
Like
right. All
it's
right.
junior year. Like our season ended in like February or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like from February to my junior year, I'm cock back dunking. You telling me like I'm going to work out with the football team in the summer, and it was just because of that work that we did, and like it wasn't nothing else. Like it wasn't working out with the football team. It was the skill development in the off season with me and just Larry and the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We doing the skills necessary to build up the jumping muscles and stuff like that. Like I worked on my shot a little bit, over
Yeah.
the years after that to add to my game, but like I understood that portion of my life. I was like, oh, if that's how you do it, you got something with you. Uh, it's still there, but
Oh no. It's still there.
no,
Okay.
yeah, it's right.
Oh really? Like
Yeah, good.
Pinocchio.
We'll
Jesus.
pause.
Jesus Christ. Keep going, my wigger.
All right. So, so like that segment in my development was like the enlightenment moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put it in my book. I'm like, it's the it's that work that I did in the off season that nobody saw. Nobody saw that. They gonna and I had dudes in my that I went to school with was saying, oh, black guys just have an extra muscle in their legs, so that's why you can jump so high.
Mm.
When I knew that I put in the work to be able to do this. So that never, and then I think this is the a bigger issue, and this is why I say um uh success can negate. Now it doesn't take away the right isms, whatever ism that is affecting you,
Yeah.
racism, sexism, capitalism, whatever it is,
Haterism.
haterism
Yeah.
is what all the isms like that. Success and being excellent at what you do and doing it the right way and putting in the work is going to be able to negate some of that, or at least keep you more focused on what your ultimate goal is. Like I could have been, if I didn't do the work and I just was out jumping everybody, um, I could have been like, oh yeah, that's probably right. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had the confidence in myself. It would they would have took that confidence away from
Well,
me.
that's the reason why they made that statement, to try and downplay what you did. And
Exactly.
you wasn't at the gym when I was shooting.
Exactly.
Yeah, see?
You wasn't at the gym working with me. Y'all didn't see you. But I know I put in that work. And then I think it was with that comment, or keep on hearing those comments like, hey, like, okay, I'm about to show you, because you're not going to look at the work. You don't even care about the work that I put in. Even so, if I go to college and I become a student, a basketball player, or student, an athlete, involved in a 4-year organization that certified nonprofit professionals, do work study, do become a resident assistant. Like, you don't see that work. And then all the work that I did after in my graduate assistant position. I was telling one of my coworkers the other day on Friday, I was like, "Yeah, man, we had these files that we had to duplicate in the admissions office in my graduate assistant position, and you can only duplicate files when you when we get a scholarship packet back. So we had to send the scholarship package off. That means all the student has all of the paperwork in,
Yeah.
so we can have the scholarship package that tells them this is how much you're gonna pay for school, right? We send that out. They send it back saying that they're gonna come to school. All of our offices, the financial aid, registrar, campus life, and all of these different offices need their own portion of that file, of that paperwork that that student sends back.
Okay.
So it takes 5 to 10 minutes to duplicate every single file and that comes back, a scholarship package that come back, right? So in my graduate assistant position, I did all of those files, and like I stepped up and became the secretary, because our secretary husband got transferred, or was left for a little segment of time. I don't know how long it was, but we needed those scholarships to go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody had to step up.
Somebody had to step up. So I'm up here answering phones, doing the scholarship packages. I messed a few up, but like
It's all about effort.
yeah, but I got good at it, and then then it was like nothing was being messed up. Then I would go duplicate the files for 5 to 10 minutes back there, when nobody else in the office would do it, because it's the grunt work. It's Nobody likes to do that. Nobody likes to stand at the copier machine, and then people come in, need to do copies and stuff, and you got to stop for a second, and just little stuff like that. And you got to have 4 or 5 different files that you got to put in. I was like, just that aspect of it, and like nobody wanted to do it. Even at the end of my graduate assistant position, the like it like we had this little basket where once the paperwork came back and the file needed to be duplicated, we put all the files in there, and they would stack up. And I'm like, I'm the only one that really duplicates files in here. I was like, but I'm about to leave in like a month, so y'all need to start doing this. So I would leave them and let them sit and see if anybody would, because if you pick 1 up, 2 up every once in a while and go back there and do it, like it keeps it flowing.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
not
what you're
as,
supposed to
but
do.
if you let it stack up to 10, you back there for 100 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So you can do 10 to 20 minutes, or you can do 100 minutes at a time. But uh, those people don't get that, like that process doesn't complete. Like the offices have to have their stuff in a timely manner.
Oh
So if
yeah.
that stuff piles up, like that's and and to bring it full circle, like that's that's the work that I know that I done, and that I continue to do, and continue to volunteer, and I did it for almost zero money. You know, I did it for opportunity. I did it for experience. Like, yeah, they did pay for my master's degree, but I had to take out loans so I can help my mom out, me out at the right time, because we
Yeah.
was only getting paid $450 a month. Like
Mm.
like I mean, I had living expenses done, paid for. I even worked a part-time night job, like overnight for 2 days a week. Like that's 56 plus hours I'm putting in
Yeah.
every week.
And that's determination for a goal.
Yeah, and I didn't know what the goal was. That's what
But see
I understood the process though.
you understood the process, but you also have to understand and factor in your mentality about, not wanting to lose, not wanting to be left behind, wanting to get those opportunities and be seen to be recognized. A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to do the grunt work. They don't want to do damn near any kind of night work. They just want they just want the affirmations and the success and the, hey, you did it. Okay, well, tell us how you did it. I just showed up.
Yeah. and
That's not good enough.
but still, like, I just showed up. I just knew what my team needed to do, and I just did it. But I just showed up. Like, I'm not a D1 prospect or anything like that. So, like, just showing up and doing the work. Like, I did the work
Yeah.
too. You can't just show up and not do anything. That's what I'm talking to, like, students about. I'm like, you about to, like, I talked to a student, he a junior, like, we about to end the semester, right?
Yeah.
And you got 3 semesters left, and I see, and you just sitting in the hallway. That's a year and a half. You're gonna sit in the hallway for a year and a half and say to me that as long as I graduate this motherfucker, that I don't care. Like, okay,
That sounds a
but
lot
then
like CJ.
back to last one.
That
but
was CJ Smith said, "Boy, get out of here."
right, but back to last. But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I grew up in the suburbs or whatever, but they wasn't checking for me like that. They wasn't
No.
like, oh, let's help you out here, let's help you out there, let's get you in these opportunities. I got a few opportunities, but, like, I showed up every day. We got good grades. Me and Larry got good grades. We was the only one, like, not only ones in our group that got good grades, but we was the top ones.
Yeah.
Like, in our crew that we hung out with, played basketball with, we made sure that our grades was decent, you know. Um, but to sit there for a year and a half, over a year and a half, I don't even know what you did your sophomore and freshman year, but then that adds up to 4 years of you not doing nothing. And then back to our last podcast, you expect to get hundreds of thousands of dollars. You expect to live a great life, and you didn't do nothing. I don't care if the school system is rigged against you. You could have did something that was going to help you when you got the opportunity to do what you wanted to do. But you chose to sit in the hallway and be on your phone. How you got 2 phones as a junior high school? And I know in our state, or in these states, these Missouri and Kansas, I know Kansas for sure. At 16 years old, you can start working 40 hours plus.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I started working at 15.
40?
Well,
No.
not 40. I was going to school.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
But you can
if you decide to, yes, you can go right to the work industry and just take off.
But I'm saying at 16 years old, yeah, you like, I'm just saying, like, you have the ability to lose your focus and focus more on the money quicker now, because back when I was going to school, they was like, you can work 20 hours and that's max. And
Part-time.
and every business was on board with that. Like, oh, you play sports, like, yeah, go do your sports thing. You still got a job, coming back or whatever.
They work around your
Yeah,
schedule.
yeah, but not now. They like, oh, you want to work? We gonna put you to work.
Yeah.
But then y'all don't know that they're manipulating your time. Time is the most valuable asset that you can ever have, and that's why it's so important for you to focus on developing yourself, especially in high school, the years after college or after high school, whether you go to college or whether you're in the workforce. You got to still develop yourself. The focus can't be just on the money. The focus has got to be on getting yourself developed so that you can make those strides, and when those opportunities come to make more money, you're able to do that. Like, I took the least least monetary path that I could take, because I wanted to be in this position right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, I needed to have these experiences so that I can speak, and I can speak so passionately about the process. And I didn't know that it was going to culminate into this right here.
Yeah.
But I knew it was going to put me in a better position to speak to what I wanted to speak to.
Exactly.
Versus going and working in a restaurant for 80 hours a day or a week, and you know what I mean, as a manager in training, and
Yeah.
and I know the regional manager of he's retired now, but of the Olive Gardens, he wanted me to in the manager and training program, but that wasn't going to put me in the position that I needed to do for that, so that I can help generations to come. Like I can do this for all my life. I'm not about to run no restaurant for the rest of my life. I could have moved up, but there's only a certain amount of regional managers.
Yeah.
Like
There's a ceiling.
Mr. Rivera, he got a nice crib, like good kids and all of that stuff, like all of that, man. But that I couldn't do it. Like I always had this something inside me that said,
Your aspirations were bigger.
yeah, my aspiration was bigger than the money. Even like at that same time, I'm sleeping on my mom's floor, my mom and my cousin's floor, in the townhome. Like I was like, nah, man, I gotta figure this out.
There
Like,
it is.
nah, man.
There's a trajectory. We're not doing this anymore. Let's figure it out.
And I took it. I was like, all right. Once I got done with one thing, I was like, I'm retiring. I have retirement parties. Like when I started working at Outback as a waiter, I was like, I'm having a retirement party because I ain't never going back. Right?
Oh, I like that.
So I had a retirement party. Invited everybody out to Hula Hands in the group fitness world. They came out. We partied, and that's what it was. You know what I mean? So, but that's a part of my genius that I'm trying to give back, is that like if we can, and what great or what athletes do is they practice, right?
Yeah.
And that practice is a simulated it's a simulated environment,
field. Yeah.
a feel of what the game is going to be like and the elements of the game. So we have to structure this practice for the elements of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're trying to get you the money, we're trying to get you paid, but we got to develop you in this practice, right? High school is practice. The years after high school is practice, so that we can get you paid and have you reach your fullest potential and close to it as we can without extenuating circumstances, external circumstances. And we just need to get you to that point. But if you don't let us help you practice, I don't care, because the school system's not going to change. All these people that probably, like, when this get clipped up, the school system has never changed. So to say or to not to not tell the people that are in the system right now, not teach them how to navigate it as it is to be successful, is a disservice to those people. Like, because they're waiting, because I have students say, oh, they're not teaching me what I need to do to be successful. They're not teaching me this. But you gonna sit in the hallway just because they ain't no, you can still learn some stuff just by showing up and doing the work. Yeah. You can still get to a place where
but the key word is work. You see the key word? That's not what we want to hear right now. We want to hear, hey,
you can do it.
Man, here, do this. And you go, oh man, right on.
And this is gonna get me the millions of dollars.
Yeah, hopefully, thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
But millions, you gotta do a little bit extra.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's a trap.
Yeah,
it's a trap. So, I mean, and you have to understand the mentality and the what's the word I'm trying to say? We'll just stick with mentality. The mentality and the environments that we were in, is
whack.
Polar opposite.
Yeah. Oh man, you are
just us versus them right now. Because you got all this technology.
Yeah. You got all the information at your fingertips.
You can Google it now.
They don't know how to Google it.
Yeah, it wasn't no Google back then. You had to go to the library and get a book.
If you even did that, I didn't do that.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. The information highway has, over the years, has really developed to where it's like super fast.
It's easy.
You don't have to put any effort in to try and learn something. It's there at your fingertips. You just have to. My favorite word is observe
Uh-huh.
and absorb. Observe and absorb, and then you could. The sky's the limit, but that is not the schedule right now. And that's why I said this in the first couple of podcasts. There's in a person's life, in a child's life, the first 5 6 years,
Is
there needs to be development, and
yeah.
I don't see the same things that I went through as a child, like having your grandma or your aunts and your uncles, your dad, everybody like hands on, like a village. Like, we need to make this person successful because this person could change the directory of our family. He could be the first this, he could be the first that. I don't see that being developed in certain communities. I just see individualism, like, well, I'm gonna do this because this is the easiest path.
And that's why I do what I do, is because, like, what if you don't have that, and what if you never get that? That's the perfect scenario.
Yeah,
And if you don't ever get that,
it's
you're gonna have
discouraging.
to adapt. Yeah, it's discouraging, or what, or uh,
Discouraging,
disparaging.
same
Yeah. So, but like,
thing.
we can't tell them to wait on that. We can't tell them, like, I go through this all the time. People like, oh, you need a mentor. Like you can't wait on a mentor though.
You
You
certainly
can't
cannot.
you can't wait on a coach. You can't wait
You
on
need to be the mentor yourself
exactly.
sometimes.
That's why I laid out the work hard philosophy for individual achievement. I was like, if the mentors will come. Like, I've had them uh throughout every step of my life. I've had them, like, but I always knew what they were there for before they were even got there.
Yeah,
Where I
yeah.
was like, all right, like, this is a person I probably should, because it came from a similar background. My what's that called? That my advisor, um for in the organization that I was in,
Yeah.
he he had a single parent, grew up in a single parent household, went to and graduated from the same high school I went to. Didn't play the same sport, but he played a sport. And then he went to the college that I went to. He was in the program that I was in. Like, that's probably somebody, if I'm in the
You can
program that
relate. Yeah.
and
That's
no,
what you
that's
want.
well, that's somebody that, and he had his master's degree through the college. So he was already a couple steps ahead of me. So I saw the similarities. I was like, oh, this is a person, and he's a good individual. So this is a person that I can take their information as valuable because it directly relates
Hmm.
to the circumstances that I went through, and then he's went through it. So, like, we developed a relationship. I didn't necessarily ask him specific questions throughout, but we just developed a relationship. And then through that relationship, he taught me some things, some nuances, because of the conversations that we had.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it wasn't like a real direct thing. It was just like, you have to be immersed in your development, so much so that your practice is going to help you win the game. Like, my practice is going to help me win the game. Like, when I come back from the DR, like, the schedule that I'm about to put together, and the stuff that's about to come out is a culmination of all that practice, all that work, 80 plus hours every single week. And now I can put in a new set of practice habits that are going to put me in a position for the next step. And that's when we're going to make the money. I mean, but we're talking from a different standpoint. Like, we went through those stages. We went through those things where like, sleeping on the couch and not having
Yeah.
money, to every penny going to something. And we yeah, we went through that already. So we're speaking from a different uh position and perspective, because yeah, at some point in time you do have to go after the money, but that's after you learn, you've experienced, you got the knowledge, you got the education, whatever certification that you need. Now you're ready to apply. That's that I won't lose mentality. That's where you get to.
And I
We
hope I hope in your development that when you get to that plateau that you want to get to, that you appreciate it
And
and
that's what the work
you
does.
don't take it for granted, because you have to appreciate the things that you go through sometimes. And I'm learning that even you never stop learning. You never stop learning. You
There's
know,
some aspects of of life, right?
yeah, it's a learning fair that always continues. The only way it doesn't continue if you just give up, you tap out.
That's what I won't lose. Like,
Yeah,
you
man.
have to get to that point. And there's 5 levels. Let me explain the I won't lose mentality. So there's five. I call it the Michael's hierarchy of success, right?
Mm,
Um, it goes along the lines of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
yeah.
Um, which that I never remember the, because that ain't my my Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah, like that. But the top is self actualization.
Hmm.
So you go through this process, and all of these needs have to be met before you can be self actualized. So there's 5 levels to that, and then there's 5 levels to the I won't lose, the Michael's hierarchy of success. Right? There's the I hate losing, I
Mm,
can't lose, I won't lose, you won't lose, we won't lose. And that goes along the lines of what I said earlier about Denzel Washington, the the segments of life, right? The
yeah.
segments of life is learning, earning, and then giving back. That's those segments of life. Self-actualized people are able to give back and do the things that contribute to society in a positive way. Um, but usually we are in the I hate losing stage when we can't do anything about it. Like, we can't do
Mm,
anything about our circumstances. And I got a student, she comes up to me every day. I want to get a job because she sees her parents in a financial struggle, and she
yeah.
was like, I can help out and I can help out. And I'm like, they won't let her get a job. She's only like 16, 17 years old, about to graduate high school. And I'm like, yeah, they're not letting you get a job. So if they're not letting you get a job, then and then I had to get her on board. So I was like, if they're not letting you get a job, this is what can you control? You can control what you do here. You can
Hmm.
control how you research colleges so that you can ultimately help your family out if you wanted to help them later on, right?
Hmm.
Because you have that ability. But now they're not letting you get a job, so you can't help out financially. What you can do is you can sit here, you can do the work best you can do here at school, get all A's. If you really that upset about it, get all A's, right?
Use that
Um,
as a
uh,
determinant factor.
yeah, so then um, you can research colleges.
Hmm.
What is the most financially beneficial for you? You can get scholarships, do all of the paperwork necessary to put you in position to go to a college or to better your life outside of getting a job right now. Because once you get that job right now, you start what focusing on the money. Are you
Yeah.
doing it for the money? You know what I
Focus
mean?
on the
So,
goals. We got
so
to dig out this hole.
yeah, so you focus on the stuff that you can control right now so that you can get to a better position. Yeah, our families are going to go through some tough times, and we've been through it all. Like bad cars, bad car loans,
Oh,
bad
wow.
bad
I hear
cars
payday.
breaking down on the
Yeah.
side of the road, cars not being able, like a lot of transportation issues and all whatever, work not being stable, not being able to work, not being able to get a job. We've been through all of that stuff, but if you can control what you can control and do the things at the best, highest level that you can do in the spirit of excellence, like, you're going to put yourself in a better position in the future. It may not come, you still have to, the I hate losing, the I can't lose now, is when you start making those own decisions. Like, I can go get a part-time job, I can go to school, I can focus on this. That's why I say, like, we got to find that fine line, like during this time period where you are learning. you got to find that fine line of like, yeah, my bills are paid. Maybe I want to do a couple good things, or fun things,
Yeah.
but like your whole life can't be um you don't want to get into that matrix, that rat
Mm-mm.
race, which is I get an apartment after high school, I buy a car after high school, and now those bills start coming in. You got internet, you got a phone, you got
It's
all of
never
the,
ending.
and it's never ending. Once it starts, it don't
Yeah.
stop. So that's why I'm telling the girl, I'm like, let's focus on what you need to do right now to set yourself up to be able to be a asset to your family later on.
Yeah.
And then when you have your family, your kids don't have to go through that.
Yeah. You have the blueprint.
And that's the I won't lose part, is when you get to that level of like, I got the education, I got the experience, I got the knowledge, like what is like I need to do what I need to do to go get that money. And that's what we doing right here. We going to go get that money. And we have to teach our
Yeah.
our community how to invest in themselves and be investing in other people, not just based off of entertainment value. Because like I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of my life. Like I'm not necessarily going to entertain you and do all
Mm.
the wild stuff that gets clicks and all of that stuff, but it. I mean, you can go look at that after you look at me, but but if you looking at me and are us and the different motivational speakers and stuff, once you start turning that wheel in your head of like, man, do I need to be watching these funny reels all day long, or funny videos and stuff? Like, you're gonna start focusing on something that's actually going to put you towards your reaching your fullest potential. And I say
Mhm.
reaching your fullest potential. That's that you won't lose, we won't lose. Um, uh, top part of that self actualization.
Yeah.
That's using everything that I know to be able to be a better contributor to society than what I came from. And I don't know if y'all know who David Goggins is. You know who David Goggins is?
I'm
He's
kind of familiar.
he's one of the toughest men in the world, and they give him all this praise, which well deserved. But one of the things that everybody loves the outcome of his story,
Mhm.
but they don't want to go through that story to get to where he is the toughest man in the world. I'm talking about being abused, watching somebody get killed, and
Mm.
watching his mom get abused by his dad, and all of these different things, and the mental and emotional and
Mm.
physical and all of that stuff, and then to put yourself in another physical environment, to be a Navy SEAL 3 times, to do ultra marathons and all of this stuff. Nobody wants to put themselves through that. And that's where his strength comes from his pain, like, and that's where our strength comes from our adversity. Every adversity is different. I didn't have to go through what David Goggins went through to
Mm.
get to where I need to go. But I either have to simulate it, or I have to just use what I have as my adversity. Everybody starts at a different level. Like I said, David Goggins started way down here. I didn't necessarily start at that. Like, I had a decently loving family, but it wasn't not perfect family, but like a complete family.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
Okay.
complete family. But Gary Vee started up here with a complete family,
Yeah.
and some values to go with it. So, like, there's different levels to the amount of work that you have to do, and the amount of adversity you have to overcome. But the ultimate goal is to reach your fullest potential. I think Gary Vee's reached his fullest potential. David Goggins is reached his fullest potential in doing the things that he does, and
Definitely.
he's able to give back. Gary Vee has a multi-billion-dollar company, and runs all of that stuff off of the work that he did in his childhood on the way up. he didn't get good grades in high school. And he will tell you that. And that's what made me start to analyze his background, because
Yeah.
he was always like, oh, I didn't get good grades, I didn't get good, but you had a nucleus
You had a
that
nice
yeah,
foundation. Yeah.
yeah, you had a real nice foundation
Yeah.
for that to be that to not be as much of a
Well,
factor.
this is not gonna really matter, but
You feel me? So
yeah, that's what
what
we
we,
want.
and I'm not taking anything from that, but we from down here and from the bottom have to understand our circumstances so that we can get to even, so that knowledge, that mentorship or whatever can be truly effective. Like, I'm still trying to get to that point where Gary V's information is going to be successful, or going to be effective for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so are you doing it for money? I'm doing it we're doing it for money, but we're at that point where we can do that for money.
Yeah.
And
It's called living life and developing and staying alive and learning and then pursuing.
and applying all of
We
the
are
information that we have.
we are in constant pursuit of everything that we're trying to achieve while we're here. And that's the mentality you need to have, because us pursuing right now can develop something to motivate you to pursue something that you're passionate about, that you want to do in life, that you feel like could change the world. That's what this whole podcast is about, is to help you get the mentality, the courage, the inspiration, whatever it takes to get you to move forward and take that first step. That's what we want for you.
And we got products that are coming out that will take you all the way through the steps. And to be honest, I don't like I have to put these products out because that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I
Yeah.
believe is what I'm supposed to do. And um but I don't like the reason why they haven't, like, I haven't pushed to push them out, because like the interactions that I go with people, when you know the work that you must do,
Mm-hmm.
people tend not to do it just because it's so hard.
Yeah,
Once you know that it's hard,
I don't want to do
it,
it.
it takes almost a different person to push through that mental block of, I know this is gonna be hard. I know this is gonna be long. I know this, pause. Yeah, but I know this is gonna be a tough part of my life, and I'm consciously putting myself in this state. That is a hard thing for people to do, and is what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And but if it's my mission, if it's the only thing that I can do to help other people is to put these products out, um, that's what I have to do, and I just have to trust that it's it's gonna it's like people are gonna pick up on it.
Yeah.
Like I told one of my coworkers about the Jumpstart generational wealth program that I put together, and I was like, would you buy something like that? He was like, yeah, I'm already like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and people say that all the time, and I guess, like, I want it to be effective. You know what I mean? I don't want to just put products out there for you to buy. Like, no, I need you to I need you to use it.
Well, I think with your mentality and your efforts, that it's gonna benefit them. It's not like you're gonna lollipop something out there just for giggles. So I don't think you have to worry about
that
the that part, the
And that's
aspect
why,
of
like,
it.
I like him around, because I'll be like, I might as well not even put it out if
No,
nobody gonna.
no, he's gonna put it out. This is a slow development, and everything takes time. And we just don't want to just do anything just to be doing it. I've never been a person to just, okay, that's a lot. But for this portion of our lives, we're not just doing stuff just to be doing it. We're doing it for a purpose,
intentionally,
with intention, good intentions at that,
yeah.
which is probably new for me. But nevertheless, good intentions. Because I mean, sometimes you think that you're doing stuff, and we could continue on about politics if you want it, but we're not, because it's not that type of
podcast. We can do that on a one individual podcast.
Yeah, well,
but
we'll set up a new podcast.
All right, that's all I got for today. We got to get out of here because I got a pack for the Dominican Republic.
DR, look at that.
We got to upload this before, and we got to watch the Chiefs game, even though he a Raiders fan. Raiders.
I'm not gonna say anything negative.
But he wearing that red. I made sure he got that red on today.
I wear red most of the time. Anyway.
I know. I'm just messing. They don't know that because you don't post on your social media. I don't either, so it's all right.
That's developing too. We're developing that too.
Because this is stepping out of my comfort zone. This is stepping out of your comfort zone. So like the process is and this is what I'm saying with and to get back to the subject, but where Gary V's information, like I'm having to overcome the uncomfortableness of being on camera and sending my message out there just freely, and the comments and stuff. I like being prepared for that. Like there's no way I can prepare, but like that's a block. That nuance that he doesn't understand, because he was just like, oh, this is what it's going to be, like this is what I need to do to get, you know what I mean, and that's the point that I was saying. Like there's some other things that I have to go through before I get to the information, but I was still studying the information as I was going through my progress, right? So I was immersing myself into the education, the knowledge as I was going through. So when that time comes, which is now, all of that information is valuable, and now I know how to create the stuff that I need to create and put it out there as I need to put it out there. That's why I said, like, coming back from this trip, like I'm not taking no laptops, no just my phone or whatever, and I'm just doing my thing. Man. Yeah, I'm doing my trip.
Vacation.
Right. So like I'm able to sit there and be like, this is what I need to do specifically to get this thing going so that we can make this money. Because it is about money. Money is a tool.
It is a tool.
Money is a tool to do the things that you need to do for you, your family, and the people that are around you, your world. It can change your world, yes. But for a long time, it has to be, and that's a part of the Jumpstart Generational Wealth program is the focus on money. We're focusing on that, but it's not our number one focus. That's what we're doing. What are we doing to get that money is the focus, and that's what I need y'all to be very conscious about. Because there's some nuances that we need you to overcome so that you can be a true leader in this society. If you're not a true leader in this society, we don't need you. But because everybody can want the money, you know what I mean? Like we need these young people to step into our positions and be better than what we are in our positions, because they got more access to everything. So
exactly. I mean, the future is bright as long as you feel like you want to be a part of it.
That's it.
You can take it how you like.
Give me my theme music.
go hard. I won't lose, you won't lose, you won't lose. Time to execute, ain't no limit to my greatness, I'm waiting on you to work hard. My mind focused, I'm motivated, I'm prepared to beat that charge. My hands up above the restricted area, he OC, that's a charge. They lead scene, they rent team, my shit.